So you want to speedrun Super Mario 64? Well, you've come to the right place, all right? I am going to show you a complete guide from beginner strats to a little bit more advanced strats for each and every star, and I'm going to show you how you can easily get under 20 minutes in this game in no time, all right? First, let's start out at the very beginning, and that is actually not here. You are going to reset your game, all right? Now, if you're on emulator, that's the F1 key, or if you're on N64, that's just hitting the reset button. But every speedrun starts with you resetting the game. And here's an actual easy tip to save time, is when you restart your game, just start pressing your start button right here, all right? Whatever your pause button is, and it'll immediately select your first file, all right? And then it'll put you right into this cutscene, which lasts about 40 something seconds. I don't really know. I don't really remember, but it's 40 something seconds. You sit here, all right, lock in, maybe piss a little, but now is the time to actually start speedrunning. So as we approach the end of this cutscene, you'll come out of this green pipe here and the speedrun will actually begin. All right, so the speedrun we are doing is a 16 star, no BLJ route. I should have started with that as well. If you're not looking for 16 star, you're in the wrong area. But 16 star, no BLJ, it is by far it's the beginner, basic, just Super Mario 64 speedrun, right? It's where everybody starts most of the time, all right? Some people will tell you they don't. They're lying, all right? Everybody starts with this. But I'm going to show you the routes. I'm going to show you all the tricks, and I'm going to show you how you can easily become good at it in less than a week, or in less than a day if you follow this guide completely. So after we're out of the green pipe, speedrun has begun. First thing you're going to do is you're going to scroll through these text boxes. Scrolling through text boxes actually does have some tech to it, all right? You kind of want a piano roll. That's what they call it. Everybody just calls it that. I don't know why. It just B-A, B-A, B-A. You put your thumb from B to A. Obviously, I'm on this controller also. You could do this on a Xbox controller, a Switch Pro controller, a PS4 controller, whatever, whatever controller you got, as long as it's got a USB plug-in into a PC, you can use it. First things first is going to be Lakitu Skip, all right? Now, a few things about Lakitu Skip. I think you should always attempt it for every run you do. However, I would not reset on Lakitu Skip unless you have a time that's 17 minutes. Like, if you're sub 18 or if you're low 18-minute time, I think you can start resetting on a trick like Lakitu Skip. But if you're not, if you're just starting out, don't worry about it. Don't reset. You just see that everybody resets on it. There's no reason to do it unless your time starts getting a lot lower. So you spawn in, you're going to scroll through these text boxes. You're then going to long jump over here to this texture. You see this little like thing over here, this, I don't even know, this like indent where the hills meet. You're gonna long jump over here, and that's honestly gonna give you a pretty good lineup. You see how Mario's already kind of lined up. You want to be a little bit more over. So if I were to long jump from here, you see Lakitu spawns and he comes and he catches me like this because I'm too far over on the bridge. You got to be a little bit over, but you don't want to be too far over, right? So you're really just trying to split Mario down the middle, all right? You're just trying to cut him in half. That's it. All right, and you can get used to it. See, even like, if you're too far over, you're just going to slide off the edge. And you can also just start spamming the A button, all right? Spamming the jump button, all right? As long as you're holding left, whatever your Z trigger is to long jump. By the way, Z plus A is a long jump, if you were curious. But if you just spam the A button here, it kind of helps, all right? You'll get the timing of it as time goes on and you practice it more. But Lakitu Skip, it's like an 8-second time save, pretty good. You can just walk right here. Lakitu's not going to bother you. And then right as you spawn in, you're going to hit right trigger, all right? Right trigger. Whatever your camera trigger is. You'll see in the bottom corner, you see the little picture of Mario down there. Once again, skip through these text boxes. All right, right trigger. See that? It's how it switches the camera. Your camera is extremely important in Super Mario 64, all right? Lakitu Skip, or Lakitu Cam, which is the picture of Lakitu down there, gives you a more bird's eye view, a little far out view of Mario. And then when you go on Mario Cam, it's more of a close-up, like third-person view. Personally, if you're new, I think safe camera placement is Lakitu C down. All right, when I say Lakitu C down, you see how that means up and that means down. And then you can like move around. It'll be easier to see when I'm in a level 2. So, like I was saying, when you enter the castle, you want to hit right trigger right away. All right. When you hit right trigger, it's going to switch you to Mario Cam and it's going to point you to where you want to go. All right. It's going to line you up perfectly. This will cause you to, all you have to do is now hold straight, long jump, and then you can long jump again, or you can press AB to do a dive rollout, and it's going to put you right at the door. To open a door, you just walk up to a door. And then do 2 long jumps. The first star we go to is Bomb Battlefield, all right? And it's this great new area with some amazing music, and it's got full of Goombas and fun things here. And we are going to walk all the way up here, long jump across this, all right? Because we are fast and we're speed running, and you can grab that red coin because it looks cool. And the beginning strat is going to be right here. This chain chomp, he expands himself, he stretches himself out. And then you can do 3 long jumps on this totem pole, this pole. I think it's called Pound the Pole, I think is the name of the star. I don't actually know. I forget. Actually, that's not the name of the star. I'm just making things up. But when you do that, the chain chomp runs away. He breaks open this gate, and you can run and grab this star. Pretty easy, pretty simple strategy. When you're starting out, you can do that pretty quick too. Like you can do that strat and still get under 20 minutes. I would definitely do that, you know, because the other strat, which I'm going to show you here, called Bomb Clip, is a little bit harder. So when you spawn in, all right, once I said the camera is very important. What you want to do is a C down on the camera and C left. All right, you see this? You see this line I'm getting? Like I've lined Mario up this way. Now, it's not necessary. All right, it's just nice because then all you have to do is hold straight. You long jump. AB for jump dives, AB for jump dives, AB for jump dives. Press A and B again when you hit the ground for a rollout. All right. Then you long jump across this, hit C right, all right, for this angle right here. Okay. Now, here comes the difficult part. What you are going to do is we are going to grab this bomb, pressing B. We are going to double jump with him and then release him in air, re-grab him on the ground, and have him push us against that the gate over there, and we can press B again to clip through the gate and collect the star without having to interact with the chain chomp. All right, it's pretty hard. This trick is it takes time, definitely difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes one of the easiest stars in the entire game. All right, this is like your first difficult task, right? Honestly, in the entire 16-star Noel BLJ, this is like one of the harder ones. So the first initial thing is the grab, all right? B is to grab, right? You can walk with the bomb, you know, you can jump with the bomb, you know, you can do all sorts of things with the bomb. But that's the important thing, grabbing the bomb, okay? That's gonna be essential here because there's a grab, there's jumps, and then there's a re-grab, all right? So, first thing you do is you grab, then you walk towards the star, or like over this way by the chain chomp, okay? So we grab, then we jump, all right? Grab, then jump. All right, let's do that again. Grab, jump. Grab, jump. All right, easy. Easy so far. Now let's add a second jump. Grab, jump, jump. All right? Grab, jump. Grab, jump, jump. 2 jumps. Grab, jump, jump, jump. You can do a million jumps. It's whatever. Jump, jump. Oh, what's that I did? That's right. Step number 3, release. The release, all right? I don't even know where that bomb is going. Where the fuck is he going? All right, step 4, I think. I forget. All right, step 4, release. All right, we are going to grab, jump, jump, and release. All right? So, you press B to grab, A to jump, and then on your second jump, you are going to press A and B at the same time. This will do a jump and release, all right? And it'll make Mario do this, like, weird looking, it's like he's doing like a power punch thing. Fucking, I don't even know. He's doing this, boom. Like he looks like that. He looks cool. All right. Little jump, jump and release. All right. This is like, you need to get this down. This like motion of grab, jump, and then AB. All right. Some people do like A, B off each other. They don't do A, B at the same time, but A and B at the same time is like by far the easiest and like the better strategy personally. All right. So grab A, B. And now comes the challenging part. It is the re-grab, all right? You only have a few frames to re-grab this bomb. We are looking when the bomb is the biggest, the girthiest, all right? That's what we're looking for. Press B to grab, A, B to release, and then boom, you grab them. And look at this. Mario is pressing his cheeks up against the gate. That's what we want. You want to be pretty straight up and down with it. And you can even do this with a small bomb. You see how this bomb's a little bit smaller than the one I just had? All right, it moves a little bit slower. You can do it with a small bomb as well. But the later you wait, the bigger bomb you get, all right? And then when you're behind, all right, when you're pressed up against the gate like that, what you're going to do is you're going to grab, and all you have to do is press B. That's all you have to do. Press B. He'll throw the bomb, and he will push Mario, and it'll push Mario behind the gate. And then you jump, and you can... All right, what I did there was a little... Just ignore that. But you just grab the star, okay? You can double jump. You can jump to grab the star. When you come out of the painting, you're going to long jump to the door here, and you're going to open it up. I'm going to teach you some castle movement here. You're going to long jump towards us, all right? Hold down and long jump over the wall, or over the railing? Over the railing, across the sun. You're going to walk around, A, B, A, then B, all right? For like a little jump, then dive, all right? Then you are going to go to Whomp's Fortress, everybody's favorite place, all right? It's got this big one on it. It's over here. Then you can long jump all the way into the painting, all right? Don't walk around. Don't do any of that. Just long jump into the painting. And we are headed to our first star, which is another famous star, Cannonless. So now we're spawning in. First thing you're gonna do, once again, scroll through the text boxes. Do that, you know, as we discussed at the beginning. C down, all right? Remember, Lakitu C down is a pretty comfortable view, especially in Whomp's Fortress here. I would very much suggest just being in Lakitu C down. It's so much easier to just like see everything and navigate than being in like a Mario cam. But we are going to long jump to this tree, all right? Long jump to this tree. Then we are going to hit C left. Then we are going to go, and Mario's just going to keep doing that. He's going to keep just climbing up if you hold straight up. And then all we have to do is A, then B. All right? A, then B. That's it. A, then B, and we are already up here, all right? That is a quick way to get up here instead of having to take, like going over here, going all the way up here, or even doing something like this where you side flip up. It's just much quicker to just long jump to this tree here. Make sure your camera's lined up, and then you can do that pretty quick too. You don't have to let Mario just like sit at the top. Like here, I'll show you. You can just like boom. He doesn't even have to reach the top. You can just do A, then B to jump up here. But now that we are up here, we are now headed to Cannonless. Now let's go all the way up here. You can come all the way to the top, avoid this piranha plant here, walk across this collapsing bridge, and now we are on the plank. I don't actually, this doesn't even have a name, but there's 5 floating coins, and now I'm going to teach you a strategy that I think is the far better strategy than dealing with an old, outdated strategy. It's called the texture setup for Cannonless, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to walk across this bridge. You're going to collect all of these coins, all right, as a good visual guide, except for the last one, all right? You want to be basically as close as possible to this coin without necessarily collecting it, and you're going to be able to use this as a guide to set you up. So a lot of it is just recognizing this plank, all right? Seeing where you want to be on this plank. Now, we know we don't want that final coin. You know, if we grab the final coin, it's not the end of the world. But it's somewhere before this final coin is the texture we want. So what you do is you come over here, and as you see what I already adjusted the camera, your camera is very helpful here. I would do 2 C lefts, all right? We came over here, 1, 2 C lefts. So for texture setup, we are looking for this specific texture, all right? This little collection of like white line, dark line, white line, all right? That's what we want, all right? That is where we want Mario's hand to be, all right? When Mario comes down and he's gonna grab this ledge, we want Mario's hand to be right there, all right? We want this angle. So all you have to do is hold slightly down until Mario comes and he grabs the ledge. All right. Now that he grabs the ledge, we do C right, C left, C right, C left. All right. You can do it quick. C right, C left. You go up, quick up on the joystick. All right. To cause Mario to do a slow get up, and he'll climb up on top of the plank. Then you hold straight down on your joystick. This will cause Mario's next input to be a down input. So all you do, up and then hold down. Boom. Up and then hold down. That's it. Up and hold down, and you will grab that star. All right. If you put Mario's hand on that texture 95% of the time, and you do that where you do C right, C left. All right, let's go through it again. Mario will grab this star. Right. Texture setup is far better than the other setups for this. It's very, very easy, and I think it's very I'm sorry, I'm doing a little bit fast here, but once again, okay, yeah, so you want to avoid that. So you come here again. All right, we come over here, you walk. You'll get faster at it as time goes along. 2 C lefts. Make sure you can go C down here, or C up here on Lakitu Cam, C up. So there's our textures. Put Mario's hand right here. This is actually kind of a different texture than we just grabbed, but this will actually work as well, right? It's very generous, all right? You can be kind of off a little bit here. It doesn't have to be an exact texture. Then we do C left, C right, up, down, and you grab it, all right? Once again, pretty easy stuff, all right? Pretty easy stuff. It's not a terrible star, right? If you do that setup, you're going to get it, and you're going to get used to it, and you're going to save time. Let's go to the next star. All right, let's say you do this and you actually mess up the grab. All right, let's say you mess up the grab and this doesn't work. This actually might work. Okay, that was a bad example. All right, sorry, the texture setup's just so good. Let's say you mess up here. All right, very common. All right, you're going to mess up. This star is difficult. Let's say you're too far over, or you just fall off, right? Like I did there. Let's say you fall off and you mess up. A quick backup star is Wild Blue. It's all the way down here. You can walk all the way down here. Now, obviously, I would long jump or do some, jump dives. And you can do what I just did there. All you have to do, side flip. Side flip. Side flip up at a 45-degree angle. All right. Boom. Easy. Gets you up there. Side flips, little is some tech that is pretty easy to get used to. All you have to do is go in one direction and then switch in another direction. It's that Mario redirection. You see when he does this, when he starts switching directions completely. When he gets all that dust, you see that dust? The second Mario does that, you can press and hold A to do a long jump, or to do a side flip. All right. And then once you hit a wall, all you do is press A again, and you can do it. You have 5 frames when Mario hits a wall to do a side flip. So you can do a late one. You can do a quick one. All right. It is some important stuff that you should know. And the longer you hold A, the higher Mario will go, or the higher Mario will go on a jump. So if I only tap it, Mario only goes that distance. But if I hold it, Mario goes way farther. Okay. So that's also important, is getting used to how Mario wall kicks off stuff, jumps, very important stuff that you'll get used to over time. And then you walk over and you can just grab the star. Now let's say you did grab Cannonless. All right, so we grabbed Cannonless before, so we didn't mess up. So now we have to go over to Wild Blue. Once again, you can just long jump into paintings right after doing a menu. C down, long jump, and instead of doing C left, we're going to go C right. Mario's going to climb to the top. Now, you're going to have to jump a little early for this. You don't have to do what I just did, because if you go to the very top of that, Mario will actually will maybe go too far over. Too far over and die. All right, so you might have to jump a little early. You can just do what we did with Cannonless here, where you long jump to the tree and then you just climb up. And so if you do this long jump, A, B, easy, right? And then you can long jump over here, adjust C left here to adjust the camera so you see down. And then I would do like a dive rollout here, like when you're coming down. Like when you round the corner here, you can just press B to do a dive, or you can do A then B, and then come here, side flip, hold A to get the air, and then you come and grab the star. All right, you can do it a little bit faster too. You can the star is pretty easy, and you can do it pretty quick. All right, there's some people that can do it, I'm pretty sure, in like 8 seconds, doing all sorts of strategies, but then you can do a little side kick, a little stylish, grab the star that way. But that star is pretty deep for how simple it is. The next star is going to be the Whomp King, Big Thwomp. I actually don't know his name, but once again, you can just kind of long jump up here. Once you get up to here is the important part. So what you want to do is get to this platform right here, right next to this piranha, and then we are going to do what we talked about earlier with the side flip. All right, this side flip is a little challenging. All right, from what I've taught other people, this side flip can kind of be a little challenging. It's like a high jump, so I don't blame you if you struggle with this. So a little safer strategy is come down here, 1, 2, 3, triple jump, and then you can do the same thing. Remember to hold A though. Holding A on this wall kick here is pretty important, and it'll help you immensely. All right, because if you don't, you're never gonna get up to this. You're just gonna keep getting, like, you're just gonna be so far away. But 1, 2, 3, boom. You can do a triple jump, you can do a side flip, whatever feels more comfortable to you, whatever feels more easier. Then you're gonna be on this spinning platform, and we are going to long jump over to this boss fight. This boss fight, like all boss fights, are extremely easy. Skip through the text boxes. All you have to do is jump, and then ground pound. Jump, ground pound. All right? And then you just have to walk in front of him, jump, ground pound. Once again, pretty easy. Literally, right as he stops walking and he, like, goes on his tippy toes, you can jump, and then he'll jump through you, and then you just press Z to do a ground pound. It's extremely easy. One of the easiest stars in the game. Grab the star. All right, grab the star real quick. Now you have 4 stars. My God, we are almost done. Now comes the next star. We are going to be going up again. All right, we are going to be going up again. Long jump, remember, C left. All right, A then B, and then A, B when you hit the ground for a rollout. Long jump. All right, and then once again, you can do triple jump. All right, I messed it up there. Or you can do a little bit of a side flip. All right, so anything to get up here. All right, this can kind of be challenging to get up here, but once you get used to being able to get up here, it'll be pretty nice. There's also like you'll start like saving yourself time, because you'll be jumping over this gate. You'll go triple jump, boom, boom. You're gonna be saving seconds like no one else. All right, then you change your camera, long jump over here. Then we are going to get on this platform, and you're going to do a side flip. Boom. All right. Side flip, and then this elevator is going to take you to the top where the last star is. So let's do that again. We'll wait for the elevator to come down. So once again, you're going to come over here. Boom. Side flip. All right. You just have to ledge grab or anything. Boom. And a little flare on there. Grab the star. You can just walk up there, grab the star. No big deal. That star is also pretty easy. So the final star is kind of an annoying one. Okay. The final star is the owl in the cage. Caged owl. I don't even know. The way you get this to work. All right. This should be your 6th and final star. Right. There's more advanced strategies where you don't have to do this the same way, but we're not going to talk about those. All right. Yeah, that's just way too advanced for a video like this. You're going to walk to the top. Look, the owl has rim. The owl has came out. Then you can do a little, also what I did there, where you activate the owl, jump to hit the wall kick off it, and you'll land right below the owl, right? Then all you have to do, you have to get below the owl and just press A. Press A to grab. You don't want to be moving your stick when you grab him, because you're going to carry your momentum with him. Then you're going to walk here. Wait until the star is literally like at the bottom of the screen. All right. When the star is at the bottom of the screen, right? It's a little annoying to manage the owl, but when the star is at the bottom of the screen is when you want to release. Don't move your joystick. All right. So once again, you want to get under the owl. All right. So when I'm saying don't move your joystick, like You can move him to get under him, but when you grab him, when you press A to grab him, do not have your joystick moving. And then look at this. We just wait till the star's at the bottom of the thing. And you can kind of move your joystick, I guess, a little bit to maneuver Mario when he's flying down. But this star, once you get used to it, is also pretty easy. But you're going to have some annoying times controlling it. The controls in the game are just wonky in general. So that star, remember, maneuver the owl when the star is at the very bottom center of the screen. Press A to release. Or just stop pressing A to release. And then you can also press Z to ground pound. Let me show you that. So I'm going to take some here. You're going to move over here. Then when that star is at the bottom, press A. You can just ground pound as well. Just immediately. And ground pounding will drop Mario straight down. So your direction, like if you accidentally grabbed him moving and you do that, you can stop Mario from, you know, flying off to one end or another. Okay? Because if you do, it'll look something like this. Sorry, this is an easy star to mess up, so I want to move on to the next one, but this star is pretty easy to mess up and can be pretty difficult. So let's say you're running and you press A, all right? So now what I've done is I've actually stored momentum in Mario, all right? So even if, let's say, like, oh, I'm gonna land right here. Look, it's hit the bottom. Oh my God, Mario's flying all over the place. Yeah, so you want to avoid doing that. So that's why when you grab the owl, you just want to be under him, and then you just grab him pressing A. All right, do not move your joystick. It's gonna throw you way off. It's gonna be really awkward. But that is Whomp's Fortress, though. Once you've collected that star, we are now moving on to the next place. Cool mountain. So when we come out of Whomp's Fortress, I'm gonna walk up here. You can kind of just like skip this railing. Walk here, long jump over here to the center, and then jump, press B to dive. Do a rollout, press B when you hit the ground. And then we are opening this door that has the number 3 on it. All right, this is Cool Mountain. We are going to be grabbing 2 stars here. Remember, long jump everywhere you go. That's just going to speed you up in general. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to spawn in. We are going to get up here, all right? Then you want to press B to grab him. He's going to be annoying, all right? This penguin's going to be really annoying. All right, he's going to cry like this. He's going to be so goddamn annoying. This next trick is kind of a lot. You are going to be walking over here. You can kind of jump over here too. But you want to slide down this slope. All right, if I can just point that out. It's this slope right here, not this slope. Then we are going to be sliding down. And we are going to be launching off the side of the mountain to land to its mother. Okay, so all you have to do is slide. All right, get all this speed, and then right as you get here, hold up and avoid that ledge, and you're gonna land right at the mother. All right, it's easy. Trust me, this star gets extremely easy. But for a first-time player, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. All right, and you land here. You scroll through the text boxes. The star is going to spawn, and then you grab the star. Easy. All right, let's try that from the top. Okay, so we spawn into the level. You jump. All right, you can actually add a little. You can do some stuff in here. You can do some movement. You grab the penguin. You walk over to this edge here. You slide down. Look at my joystick in the corner. You just move around that edge of the mountain. You can keep it tight. All right, as you try and, like, you know, make your time better. You keep that angle a little bit tighter. And then you arrive right here, all right? It's all about joystick here. The buttons, not so much. It's all about the joystick. And you got that star. Easy. So for the next star here in Cool Mountain, you re-enter the painting. And instead, we are going to be heading downwards, okay? We're going to be heading, like, all the way down here. You see that down here? See if you can see this edge before I slide off the edge. That star right there. That's the star we want, okay? So how do we get down there? Well, it's pretty easy. You spawn in. You hit C left, and then you just walk at the camera, and before you hit the ice here, press A to jump, and then you hold back here, boom, easy. Press B to jump back. So C left, before you hit the ice, jump, and then right when you see the ledge, you hold back. You hold back, all right? So you're holding. Now pull back, and then right before you hit the edge, you hit B, and then to adjust the camera back down to here, you can hit the camera button twice, all right? It readjusts the camera and puts you down here. It'll get, once again, a lot of this just repetition will make this a lot easier. Then we need to climb up and go get the star. So what you can do here, you can either side flip up, or as you run, you can long jump, hit the wall kick off, get up here. Then you come up here, side flip up here. Now we are up here. You can hit Mario Cam and you can slowly walk, or you can kind of run across, and then you grab the star. All right, pretty easy. Now here's a little bit of a faster way. All right, once again, jump, 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 pull back, fix the camera, long jump here. Now, instead of going all the way to the top and then getting on that platform up there, what you can do is actually do some wall kicks, all right? Do some quick succession wall kicks. Come around here to this little texture right here. Wall kick, boom, wall kick, and you will land on the star. Now, you know, eventually you'll start getting to the point where you can hit the star easily, but yeah, if you can land up here a lot quicker and then grab the star. So let's do that one more time. Jump, jump, hold, pull back, press B. All right. Long jump. And then you can even wall kick into the star. All right. And look, that only took 14 seconds. And I didn't even do it that great. But that star's a lot of fun. I won't lie. That star is pretty cool. But on to the next star, onto the next area. Now that we have 8 stars, we can actually go to Dark World and face Bowser for the first time. Also, when you're leaving here, what you can do is you can long jump all up these. All right, 2 quick long jumps, and then you can jump here and then side flip. Boom! Quick movement. You're already headed off to the next place. So this is Dark World. All right, you have 8 stars. You enter here, long jump, jump dive, and then this false floor will open, and then you land here in Dark World. Now, I'm not going to talk about Dark World Reds. All right, that's another star you can do in here where you collect all 8 red coins. It's just not even worth, I think, at this point. That takes some time to learn. It's a great movement star, and you should learn it, especially when you get below 20 minutes. I think you should definitely go out of your way and learn how to do that star. But you spawn in Dark World. Starts pretty easy. All you gotta do, some long jumps. All right, everybody's favorite. Oh, what's that fire? You can actually go over this fire too. You don't have to wait for it that way. But once you're past the fire, you can just go right here. You can walk on these. You can just jump over this. All right, look, this is very easy to fail and die. All right, it's very frustrating. Then you can do a little quick triple jump. Here you can jump on the slope. You can also do a silly kick here, which is you're holding A up a slope and then pressing B. All right, this is very important because there's a lot of slopes where you'll start to slide down like this, and you'll be frustrated because you can't run up a slope just like that because you'll just end up sliding. So what you can do is you can just do that. You can just press B, tap B to kick your way up a slope. Then you're gonna wait for these elevators. You're gonna do a side flip. Then you jump over here. Avoid these Goombas. These Goombas can be frustrating. Long jump, long jump, long jump, long jump your way. You can even long jump across this little gap here. All right, quick little stuff. Then you come here, long jump your way, or just jump across. Also, your camera is very important for this. I would very heavily use your camera to maneuver yourself around. And then you can just kind of sit on this ledge here and just long jump across. And then you can wall kick off both those, all right? Now, if you're not good at wall kicking, you can obviously just take this right here. Take this little path. Do a little jump on here. Here, do this. Press this button. Now, for a slope like this, if I'm not mistaken, you can't silly kick up a slope like this. I'm pretty sure. I think this slope is too steep. Yeah, no, the slope is too steep. But you do this, you jump up here, and then we enter the green pipe. Okay. But if you want to do it a little bit faster, you can kind of add a little, movement in here, right? Long jump, long jump, long jump, jump, dive. You see, and you're already all the way over here. That's pretty easy movement too. It's not too hard. And then you do a little 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. You do a little 1, 2, triple jump, wall kick. You land on the elevator. You jump over here. You can even jump across this path right here, right? These railings are kind of like fake. So you can jump across them. Weirdly, you can like phase through them. So that's why, like, even over here at this angle right here, you can just go like this, and you'll get pushed through to the other side. And you can long jump to here. You can even wait on the cheese block. A lot of this is just getting comfortable as well. Like, you're gonna get more comfortable with Mario as you move him along. And then I would just long jump, and then personally I would boom, 2 wall kicks. You can even do a little parrot with a triple jump, all sorts of movement. It's hard to teach a star like this because a lot of it is just platforming. It's just making your way through. I would say the biggest thing for this is just staying alive. It is so easy to die in this stage, especially when you're new. It's just staying alive, okay? It's staying alive and trying to get through it quicker than, you know, walking through the whole level. Try and add some little skips here and there. Try and add a little movement, some long jumps. But then we go to our first Bowser fight, and we get into the green pipe. All right, this is Bowser in the Dark World fight. All we have to do is grab Bowser by the tail and throw him into a bomb. Okay, that's it. So you skip through the text boxes. You walk around. All right, you can get through them pretty quick. And then you press B to grab his tail. You press C right one time. Sorry, you press C right one time when you grab him, and you'll be lined up with that bomb. Then, sorry, I keep holding for too long. But then what I do is I use my palm and I just start spinning him, all right? And you can get him pretty fast going. And then once he's at max speed, you can actually just hold up on the joystick like I'm doing right now, and you'll just continue to spin him. All right, now this is getting pretty dizzy for me. And then you just wait until he's lined up, and obviously you hit him. But for your first throws, it's going to be a little awkward because it's going to be a little hard to hit. All right, you're not used to where to spin them or where to throw them. But what you can do for a beginner strat is what I like to call playing for two, okay? All right, if you're a beginner, you don't got to hit them on your first throw. Instead, what you can do is you can do... All right, I'm throwing them too fast. Okay. That's the ideal situation. But what you can do if you're a beginner, and you don't like how the way you control Bowser and you're spinning them and it's like it's too much, you can grab them and you can throw them close, and then you just you inch them closer, and you can even be like slow on your spinning, okay? I like to use my palms. Some people use their thumbs. All right, some people spin with their thumbs. I used to do that. I'm telling you, using your palm feels way better, okay? Then, after you kill Bowser, you walk up to him, scroll through some text boxes. He drops his key. You grab the key. Now, we are going to be headed to the basement, all right? So, we'll long jump again, land at this door, jump down here, and you're going to walk through this door. You're gonna cut the staircases right here, all right? This is also a little quick thing. Cut the staircases, don't go all the way around. And then as Mario is falling, press B to do a little roll, and you'll do a little cool little roll. And then you put the key in the hole, twist it a little, and you open the door. Press C down, and then you're gonna long jump. I like to switch here to Mario Cam. And then you can land here in this. You're gonna open this door. And long jump around. I like to, you know, jump around a little bit, you know, press B to dive. Be a little quick with your castle movement. There's a lot of seconds you're putting on the board, or you're leaving off the board if you're just kind of walking around. Then we jump into this fake wall here. By the way, if I didn't explain that, this is Shifting Sands Land, all right? You walk around downstairs, you find this fake wall, and you jump into it. Then we start here on our first star. Now, there's 2 stars here that we are going to be getting. One is a little time dependent. The other is a lot easier, right? So I'll do the easier one first, and that is shining atop the pyramid. So when you spawn in, you're going to be hitting C down and C left, all right? C down, C left, and Mario will look like this. You are then going to 1, 2, 3, jump dive, boom, and then triple jump your way up and grab the star. All right, and you can do this really quick, all right? Some people can do this in like 6 seconds. Now, that's easier said than done. What you can honestly do is walk all the way over here and go 1, 2, 3. And then right as you reach the top of the mountain, remember to press B to dive, all right? Because if you don't, sometimes Mario won't have enough momentum and it'll slide all the way back down into the quicksand and you might die. So you can just come over here. You can do 1, 2. Now, judging that triple jump is a little difficult. I would definitely base it off the shadow on the dune here. You can also even when you do a triple jump here, let's say triple jump, you can jump again. All right, at the top of the triple jump, you can jump again and then press B for a jump dive. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then there I made it at that time. And then once you get up to this pyramid, there's 2 options. One, you can do the silly kick like we talked about. You can make your way up and then grab the star that way. Or you can do a little 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3, triple jump, land right at the star. Okay, and then you can also just start like putting all of this together as well. Like let's say you go here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. You can get pretty quick at this. And these are just like beginner strats, all right? But that is the first one. The most important thing for that star is just getting over the dune. Once you're at the pyramid, silly kicking or triple jumping your way up isn't really that hard. But that's what that is shining atop the pyramid. The next star is a little bit more difficult. So the next star is the one over here where you're going to be sliding over this area, doing some dives, long jumping, hitting this fly guy, and then grabbing the star, and then you have to land on the pyramid, and then you got a long jump here, and then you got to slide on the pyramid and grab it, all right? That's a lot for a beginner. Personally, that's a lot for a beginner. It's a fun star. It's a fun star to get good at, and I'll show you a little example of how to do that. But as a beginner, what you should do instead is do what we just did, where you're doing triple jumps on the dune. Come over here on the pyramid. You can either slide and then jump, or you can also just run here and then long jump. All right, long jumping is probably a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more safer. And then wait here, and here comes the bird. And all you have to do is when he flies around in the front way, just jump and then kick. Jump, press A then B near him, and it'll cause the star to spawn. And then you come down here and you grab the star. All right, pretty simple. Now, if you want the hard strategy, a little bit harder strategy, it's not too hard once you get used to it. But what you want to do here is buffer A, all right? This is also an important thing. I didn't really want to get into it, but hold A when you spawn in, like you see at the bottom. Press B to do a kick, and then you can immediately do another jump again when you press A to do a double jump. You see I'm doing jump, double jump, and then press B to dive. And then you're going to press B to do some dives. Press A and B when you hit the ground for some dive rollouts here. If you see how I'm rolling out, if you just press B, you're just going to slide on the ground like this. So you have to press A and B, or B or A, one or the other, to cause the rollout. So jump, do some rollouts. You have to be on that side of the pyramid, or of the pillar as well. Let me show you. Remember to press C down when you enter the level as well. You have to be on this side of the pyramid, or of the pillar, sorry. If you are on this side, or if you're too far over, like even in the middle, the fly guy will actually approach you quicker, and you'll not be able to long jump on top of his head. So, boom, slide, jump, or dive. Oops, I'm going too fast. Dive on this side, and then right as you reach the top, long jump, and then you can move Mario where you're long jumping and you land on top of his head. Hold A here to float longer in the air. Oh shit. Hold A to float longer in the air with Mario when he's flying. It'll make it easier to reach that pyramid. You don't have to do that, but it's a little bit more comfortable. Now obviously I'm gonna die here, but let's do that again. Slide off these dunes, B to dive, run up here, long jump, boom, land on his head. Then you are gonna run into the star, and then you see this, hold A to go a little bit farther. If you don't, you slide like that, and then slide here, boom, easy. All right. I was a little low on that star, and that's why I like slid down on that edge, but I got burned, so it kind of saved me. But then, yeah, you slide off the pyramid. That star just takes time to get used to, and like getting used to the timing of sliding on something and how quick Mario is going to be. I would just do the beginner strat, like you, at least for now. That other strat can be a little much. All right, the next place is Lethal Lava Land. All right, so when we are leaving SSL, we're just gonna long jump down here, and then you can run right in here. You can long jump again into Lethal Lava Land. It's right next door. Then we are going to spawn in, hit C right one time. All right, scroll through the text boxes, long jump here, land right here on this, long jump again to these red coins, and you can just honestly walk around and then grab all these red coins. Easy. Easy. All right. Easy, pretty simple. Grab the star, boom, you have another star. So a little bit faster is you long jump here, long jump again, and then you can do some rollouts. All right, you can press B, do some rollouts, and you'll end up grabbing the star quicker. And you don't want to jump into the star like that. Yeah, I just did. But that is one of the easiest stars in the game. All right, that is probably the easiest star in the entire run right there, is just that. And then we want to run over here, long jump to this door, then jump over this, and then land in this like mysterious black ooze. When you spawn in, you can press C right, and then you can make your way over here, long jump across this void, this chasm, then enter in here. Then we are gonna get 3 stars. First star is a little bit of a challenging one. I would suggest just killing this scuttlebug right here, as it's gonna be extremely annoying. Get in Lakitu Cam C down, and then what we are gonna do is a side flip off this like slanted wall. All right, this took me, when I first learned the game, like 40 minutes to get. Learning how to jump off a slanted wall was so weird in this, but it's very simple. You do a side flip, boom. You can even do like it doesn't even have, like, you can be quick about it too. You can ledge grab here. It's fine if you do. It's not a big deal. Obviously you want to try and not do it. And then yeah, you got to be like make sure that you're going up against the wall at a angle, right? You don't want to do it where you're coming at the wall like you would normally. It's just, it's a tough little jump here, but once you hit that, you side flip, jump up here. You see that star over there? That is where we're going, all right? You can do a little Mario cam if you want. I still like Lakitu cam. And then all you have to do is, you should probably get some speed, long jump across, and then grab the star. All right. Then we go back in. All right, we want to go back in. Mario can't, you can see right, I like to do 3 long jumps here. That's the quick movement right there, is you do C right and then do 3 long jumps. Then we are going to long jump, long jump, long jump, long jump, long jump, long jump. All right, a lot of long jumps. All you have to do is hold straight and long jump. Now, one of those boulders that we just saw might hit you. If it does, just tank it. Just tank that shit. It's not a big deal. Then we do a little side flip. Boom. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. But, I mean, that worked. But side flip, land up here, grab the star. And also what I did right there, that little ground pound, is a little quick star grab. I haven't really gone over it too much, but when you grab a star that's right above you, if you just press like A then Z, like a quick little like jump then ground pound, it shortens the animation of a star grab, and you should learn it. It's very important. But if you see over here, Toad is over here. Make sure to talk to Toad, all right? You can actually talk to Toad once you have 12 stars. So we could have done it this previous star, but talk to Toad over here for a free star. Make sure that Toad is not the last star you get. Make sure that your Toad star is not number 15. It needs to be 12, 13, or 14. It cannot be 15 or it fucks up the entire run, all right? So that's also something important. I would suggest just reminding yourself to get Toad every time after getting the first star out of HMC. But then you do A then Z for a quick little grab ground pound, and you get a free quick star. We jump back into the ooze for star number 15. Star number 15. Remember, C right, long jump, long jump, long jump, open the door. All right. Then we are going to long jump over the scuttlebug over here, and then we are going to run and open this door, and we're going to do a little glitch here. So you walk over here, you turn on the elevator, you go below the elevator, and what's going to happen here is we are going to press Mario up against this wall right here on this little black texture, and it's going to push us through the wall and it's going to land us on a star. All right, do this, boom, and then you can even press B to dive into the star. This star is pretty easy. All right, so once again, let's long jump our way there, open the door, long jump at an upright angle, come over here, open the door, activate the elevator, get below the elevator, and then start doing an upright angle on that texture that we that black texture that we talked about, and it'll push you through and you'll land right on the star. All right, but here's some pitfalls of it. All right, remember, long jump, C right, then long jump, C right, then long jump. All right, that is going to speed you up immensely than walking around. All right, I promise you. Land here. So let's say it didn't work, right? Let's say like you're on the wrong texture and you got pushed through and like, great, what am I supposed to do? All you have to do, jump on here, jump back off. All right, jump on, jump off, and then start pressing against the texture again like this. And then kind of like up, left, and then here. Even if you land over here, it's fine. I would say press B before landing because it'll it'll stop you from taking damage. And then you can grab the star like that. It's pretty easy. The elevator will come back down if you jump on it, jump off. So that is a good backup for it as well. But now we have 15 stars, and now it is time for something a little bit more difficult. Mips Clip. All right. So you can walk around here. You can also just like, you can long jump across this. I wouldn't bother. You can long jump and then do like a little side flip. You can also like jump across it. I would just like walk around and then like long jump over it, or side flip over it. Just don't risk falling back in. It's not a big deal if you fall back in, but it's just annoying because you just have to like kill yourself. But next we are headed for Mips Clip. So Mips Clip is out here where we're going to grab a bunny and clip through a door to help us finish the run. So you're going to long jump over here, switch to Mario Cam, stay on this side, and we're going to cause the bunny, we're going to push the bunny into a corner, into this corner down here in order to get him. So we're going to be lined up. We're going to want to be lined up with that texture right there. That line right there is what we're looking for. And we're going to side flip down. Boom. Easiest way to grab him is that. All right. If you are having a lot of trouble getting him, just get him into this corner and then just do that. Just dive into that corner, and he will run right into your hands. So it'll cause the star to spawn. Now, we don't actually want this star. We're actually going to completely ignore grabbing the star. Instead, we are going to press B and grab the bunny itself, and we can jump with them. That moves a little faster than walking around with them. So over to this door. So what's going to happen here is we are going to line Mario up similar to how we did with Lakitu Skip, where it's going to be kind of like half Mario in, half Mario in the door, half Mario on the wall sort of deal. But what you're really looking for here is I would go to Lakitu Cam. You are going to be pushing up against the door hinge of the door. Just slowly walk Mips over. All right, you see that shadow down there by Mario's feet, how it's flicking off and on? That's actually Mips's shadow. That's appearing and disappearing. So once you're running up against that door and Mips's shadow disappears fully, you turn Mario around here holding Z. At a 45-degree angle, you press B to grab Mips. All right, you can be not necessarily at a 45-degree angle. You can be at a little bit tighter, but you're gonna want to be facing Mips. Press B, all right, and then you are going to press A to jump through. All right, you face down, press A, and you'll jump through with Mips in your hand. That is a little confusing. All right, I would take that step by step. Remember, holding Z is like a difficult thing to remember as well. You want to hold Z, press B to grab them. All right, then press A. You can press A a few times after you grab them as well. You don't want to be quick about it most of the time. Can be difficult though, but it's not terrible. Then you want to take them over to this door, and remember you can jump over this railing, and then you're gonna do the exact same thing. All right, you see this? You want to be kind of more over on this door. You don't want to be too towards the middle, because you can lose Mips through the door, and then the run's basically over. But same thing, edge of the door, Mips' shadow as we see it. We want to see it disappear, and then you press Z and Mario will clip through the door. All right, and sometimes you'll get caught on the door, and all you do is just kind of like press A and jump out of it. Then you run into DDD. All right, that's Mips Clip though, and Mips Clip it can be difficult, but it's not impossible. All right, it's actually fairly easy to learn if you just like give it like 2 minutes to like really narrow down the inputs. Next is DDD, Dire Docks. All right, this is a swimming level, a water level. All you're gonna do is gonna be swimming here. Swimming is a time-based thing, all right? If you're just like tapping A like this, like if you're just tapping it nonstop, you're actually gonna move really slow. You wanna get good swims, all right? I usually base it off just like a muscle memory cue the way I'm doing it. But you can also like look when the feet hit each other. I know that's what some people also do. Whatever way is possible in order for you to swim well, all right? You want to hear the good little these sounds, all right? Not the you don't want to just be spamming A. It's not going to work out that way. But when you're coming with Mario to the back of the sub, which is where you should go because it's just easier, come to the back completely, and you'll be facing like this, and then you just jump right out. All right, once you get to you can just climb to the top, jump right out of the sub. Right, it can kind of be annoying to jump out of the water sometimes because you'll just be like pressing A, it feels like, and like it's kind of hard to position Mario. Like, you'd also want him to overshoot the fin. It's also just like swimming's like kind of really annoying in this game. But you jump here onto the fin and you do a triple jump. All right, 1, 2, 3. You can do a dive right here to be a little quick about it, but triple jump on here, over here to the top of the sub, grab the star. Easy peasy. All right, now comes a level that you'll probably die a bunch on. All right, and it is Fire Sea. This is the next Bowser level. So the water got pushed back, that little like water stuff got pushed back, and it opened up this area here. Go into this hole. So Fire Sea. This is gonna be another platforming level. It is pretty difficult. Very easy to die on this because lava's everywhere. If you fall off and you get burned 3 times, you're toast. But I'm here to guide you through it. So what we're first going to do is you're going to long jump to this platform here. Grab that one up. You might need it. Might as well grab it. Long jump to this platform over here. Jump over to this one. I would suggest just like really long jumping all around. You can wait for this lava to change. Make your way across it. Grab some hearts if you need some. You may have hit some lava already. You can choose either side of this, but it doesn't really matter. Hit the lava to booty burn, to booty boost yourself up. And then walk up here, grab this pole, jump here, land on the elevator. You can do a little side flip. Whoops, I actually just messed up. But you can do a side flip on the elevator and get yourself up quicker, or you can just take the elevator up. Long jump across this. All right, don't bother going on that platform. That platform is actually horrible. Long jump up and over this, and then you want to long jump, or you want to jump right when you land at the bottom of this, because if you just let it slide you might go too far and then land in here, this like hellhole of a climbing area. I promise you, just go up and over it. Like just get on top of here. All right, do not bother with going under there. You just do that and do that quick. You can also just take it slow. You can just like you can just take it one thing at a time, because this is like you're gonna die here often level. And dying takes up so much time. Just staying alive is going to help you. So you get on top of here, and then you can long jump across again, long jump again. And then you can kind of do some side flips, moving around here, you know, walking up these elevators. Very much just like, don't want to get caught on a slope here, because the slopes can be really annoying and it makes it impossible to walk up. Climb up here, wait for the elevator to land up here. And now I'm going to teach you what you could. There's two options here, okay? I mean, there's more than that, but there's two options. You can either go this way. You can long jump across here. And then you can like burn and then land up here. What the hell? You can burn, land up here, and then go in here. Or if you don't want to do that strategy, instead you can do this strategy where you long jump on this side of the entire like platform, okay? All you have to do, long jump, long jump, long jump, long jump, long jump, long jump, burn, burn, and land in there. Okay, now that's a little bit easier said than done, okay? But it's all about where you're placing Mario. If you're too far over the lava, you're gonna hit the lava. If you're too far over the other way, you're gonna... I'm actually surprised I'm not falling off completely. I actually don't know what's happening here. But you want to land kind of like where Mario's right foot is, like on where the two textures meet. All right, Mario's left foot, sorry. If Mario's left foot where the two textures meet. But I would suggest doing this strategy, to be honest. I think this strategy is way better than the other one, and it's pretty easy. And then you just land right in here, and we are on to Bowser fight number 2. The easiest of the Bowser fights in terms of throwing him. All right, but first, it's a little bit different because he actually pounds the ground here. So what you want to do, jump over Bowser by pressing A. Press B in the air also to kick, to give yourself some air. Hold back on the joystick a little bit as well. And wait till Bowser lets the level out a little bit. And then you can press B to grab him. Sorry, I just messed up a little bit there. But the bomb right there only requires a one spin, okay? You don't have to do a bunch of spins. It's just one spin. All right, you don't want to start spinning them like crazy. It can be a quick little one spin. So he pounds the ground, jump over him, and come here, press B to grab. I like to do C down and then C right, and then you can just spin them a little, and then it just has to barely hit. It can like skip its way over and hit. It's that easy. Now, what happens though if you miss him though, which is I think is important to know, is he does this whole animation again. All right, so you lose a lot of time if you miss the throw. So let's say we miss the throw here. He's gonna launch off the side, and then he's gonna jump all the way up, and then he's gonna do this whole animation, and he's gonna slide you down once again. Then you're just gonna have to grab him real quick, and then do a little throw. This throw is really easy, but it's really annoying when you miss it. walk up to him, talk to him. He's going to drop another key, the final key that'll lead us upstairs. So we grab the key. We are then going to be kicked out of the level. Now, once we're out of the level, what we're going to do is we're going to actually go back in. All right, we're going to go back in. And we're going to press save and quit. Or not save and quit. Exit course. Sorry, exit course, not save and quit. That was in Japanese, so it doesn't say it there. But it says exit course, I promise. It's going to launch you back to the lobby, which is where you want to be, because where we were before, we were actually stuck. Since we used Mips to get in there, there was no possible way for us to get out of there without going into the course and then hitting exit course. So now that we're out, we're going to actually long jump up these stairs and then open this door. Okay, put the key, turn it a little, open the door, and we are now headed to BLJs. And a quick little tip about BLJs in this little area, you can do a little double jump and you'll skip through these spirally stairs, and then you can hit the camera, Mario Cam, to get a little bit better of an angle, and then we are on to BLJs. Okay, BLJs. All right, this is the bane of your existence. This is the bane of a lot of people's existence and the worst thing in their lives. So I'm going to make it easy on you. It's all about mashing. All right. There's a specific rhythm you are supposed to do to make them consistent. I'm telling you, forget all that. Don't even worry about that. All right. There's no need unless you're literally going for like a really great time and you're competing for a world record. All right. It's all RNG in your head, and you should let it feel like it's RNG. All you need to know is you need to press A as much as possible. So the way it works is you're going to point the camera. So you want Mario to face towards us. All right. Long jump. And then you're just going to press A. All right. That. You're going to press A. There's multiple strategies you can do. I used to do the where you just press A nonstop and you eventually will get it. But this, first of all, the long jump as well, you need to start the long jump first. So like point the long jump at the camera, long jump, and then hold up. Long jump and then hold up. You see on my joystick there? I just got it there, but long jump and then it only works on the stairs as well. You can't do it on the floor. So you want to start here at the bottom, long jump, and then press A. And this will work, all right? This will work. Sometimes you'll get stuck on this wall, and then it'll spit you out. Now, what you should know, all right? First of all, let me get back to there. All right, remember you can jump through there. What you should know as well, if you don't have a trigger finger, all right? Like if you're not a quick presser, what I would suggest doing, a little trick to it, because I don't really have a fast trigger finger either, but if you feel like it's really hard for you to get like quick A presses, a little strategy is put your pointer finger or your middle finger, and then put your, on the button, like you're on the side of the button, put your thumb over that finger, and it'll help you press quicker. It'll increase your speed of pressing a button quicker if you have your thumb over your finger as well. Instead of just doing your thumb or like your pointer, put your thumb over your finger. It's a quick little trick to increase your speed. So let's try it again. And you really want to try and time this like first frame A press. Okay. That's like really time when Mario hits the stairs. Like really like that's gonna work. Like that. Like really like do it. And you can, once you get to the top of the stairs, remember you have to come down. You do have to come down. And then just try it again over and over. And so that can be really frustrating and it can tire you out quickly. So after that, you make your way up here, open this door, and it'll open yourself up to the endless staircase. Okay. This will just keep going on and on. There is no, you need 70 stars to not have it be endless. And we don't have 70 stars. We have 16. So what we have to do is what we just did, BLJs. All right. Make sure you're in Lakitu cam also for this. Me and Mario cam's a little disorienting if I'm not mistaken. because the camera's a little close and can glitch out of it. But make sure you're also veering this way and not this way, because if you're BLJing this way, you could actually clip into wet dry world. So you want to be either lined up center or slightly leaning to the right, a little lean in it, you know what I'm saying? So long jump. And then you do that. And it's that easy. All right. This one can tire you out fairly easily. This one can really tire your arm out. It can be really frustrating. I like to A press either the whole time. Like if I start getting really upset, I just start spamming A presses. Or just every time that Mario hits the stairs, you start pressing A. I think it's really important to get that first frame A press. So I would very much focus on doing like A, and like focus on that rhythm. But don't worry about hitting the correct frames. Literally just spam A whenever Mario hits the stairs. The second his butt hits the stairs, you need to be spamming A. But that is BLJs, and now we walk here into the final area, Bowser in the Sky, all right? This is the final platforming area. Once again, similar to Fire Sea and Dark World, a lot of this is like, you just got to stay alive. All right, you just got to stay alive. You make your way up here. You can just long jump your way through this. You can either go all the way around, which if you're a beginner, I would go all the way around. If you're not, you can also learn this little skip right here, where if you land here, you can do a triple jump dive, and you can land on that spinning platform. So you do 1, 2, 3, and then dive. All right, pretty easy, pretty simple stuff. It's a little scary though. It's pretty scary though, especially if you're new. So I wouldn't blame you if you go around, but I would say don't move your joystick. 1, then move your joystick, 2, 3, and then dive. All right, make sure to dive soon after your triple jump as well. All right, because if you don't hit dive quick after your triple jump, so if you do something like this, I mean, that worked there. But you can actually end up bonking yourself pretty hard. So make sure that that final triple jump, like you want to do A, 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 B. A, 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 B. All right. You don't want to do like A, 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 B. Like you don't want your dive to be super late. But maneuver your way here. Jump here. Side flip on the elevators. You don't need to press this button. Instead, what you can do is do a triple jump. All right, 1, 2, 3, and then as you're making your way up, you can actually just press A, B again to jump over it all, or you can turn on the button and you can walk up the stairs. But that's lame, and we don't do that here. Then you climb up here, face the camera, long jump, and you'll land right here. So we can take this elevator, or this elevator will take you across, or you can do a little fancy movement. Do a little something like this. I would not bother with that movement. I'll be real. I would not bother with that. I would, okay. Instead, I would just take the elevator. I would take this moving platform. The jumping over that stuff can be really difficult when you're new, because you don't know how... The way Mario moves and jumps and does jump kicks is all momentum based, and if Mario has any momentum, he'll dive and you'll like fall off the edge and die, and it's just not worth. So, but once you get up here, there's 2 options you can do. You can go all the way over here, and you can grab this pole, and you can grab this pole, and you can come all the way over here, climb all the way up. Dive, and then you're almost there. All right, but we're speedrunners, right? We're trying to find skips. So instead, I'm sorry, I'm just waiting for this bomb to go off. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me move these bombs. So instead, what you can do is you can kind of, it's a little annoying, especially if you're new. It can be a little frustrating, but side flip on this jump, and then you're gonna start grabbing this pole. You jump on this pole, and then if you see, it's just like you're stuck on a pole, all right? And this can be hard. You have to start spamming B. You gotta start spamming B. All right, and you can re-grab the pole until Mario is like this. Then you can climb up, A, then B, and then long jump, and then time this correctly. You can skip a few of these elevators, climb to this one. So you want to be when the elevator is high. All right, you want to be when the elevator is high, and then also hug this edge right here. Once you get to this edge, you'll see that the wind actually disappears. And so you'll be able to walk normal instead of being caught in the wind like you were. So if we come up here, you can actually walk here, press B to do a little dive, to get through the wind even faster. And then you can do a 1, 2, 3 triple jump into the green pipe, or you can just kind of walk up there because it can get a little scary, because if you bonk, you might slide down all these stairs. But long jump across, press B, and then jump or triple jump dive into the green pipe. And now we are on the final Bowser throws. All right, and so now we are on Bowser 3. All right, the final Bowser throws. This requires 3 throws, hitting Bowser on 3 bombs. All right, so as we learned, we grab Bowser, we got to spin him, and then you got to throw him. All right, remember, you have to have momentum. You can do the strat of you can spin them and then hold up on your joystick. If you stop spinning, it'll start slowing. But if you just hold up on your joystick like that, you can continue your momentum. The way I do throws now, it's a little hard to describe. Like, I kind of do throws based off, the feeling in my heart and soul when I play it. But if you're good at like guessing when to throw Mario, I know there's like some audio cues you can do, but you just gotta feel what's right. You can also play for 2, like we talked earlier. You can do some short throws and then land Bowser. However, though, on your final and 3rd throw like this, like we're seeing here, you can't really do like a short throw. Like, you can't really do a short throw to get over there because the edges have all been removed. So if you miss, watch out for the shockwave, because Bowser will drop a shockwave like that. Instead, remember to use your camera for your advantage here. Do some Lakitu C down, C up, and then you make a throw. You got to have momentum. You got to have speed, and then you hit Bowser with the final throw. Make sure you're also running when you reach Bowser as well, like I was right there. I'm not sure if I actually have enough speed. I almost forgot. But it'll store your momentum, so you can just run and then press B to do a jump dive into the star and grab it. And so that is how you complete the game. And once you grab the final star, you hit your timer, and then you've beaten Mario, and that's it. You've beaten Mario 64 in 16 stars in a record time. I'm sure you have, and I believe in you. As for any final tips, I'm trying to think. Remember, a lot of it is just avoid dying. Truly, if you just limit deaths, your time is going to drop dramatically. Really optimize your movement in your stars and in castle. Make sure you're long jumping everywhere or like jump diving. Really get used to just like long jumping into doors, or make sure that you're not walking around. I would say if you catch yourself walking around, think of like, man, should I really be long jumping here? Should I be jump dive? I need to be doing something more. I should not be walking around. You should be limiting your walking around. All right. Definitely, you gotta keep up. You gotta practice. I would say when you're starting new, I would honestly just do a bunch of runs. I would say get used to doing runs. Practice is always good, but getting used to the feeling of a run and doing a run, I think, is very important, especially if you want your time to go down. Definitely just limit those deaths, though. Those Bowser stages are very difficult, especially if you're new to the game. It's very hard to not die in those, I think, when you're first starting off. So limit those deaths, be careful in them, but also you got to move fast. All right, it's all about time. So let me know if you have any more questions on any strategies. I don't know if I'll make a more advanced version of some more advanced strategies, but this is the complete guide to Super Mario 64 16 star. No BLJ. But yes, good luck on your running.